I will provide updates on the 4 directives that I've issued to this team. And as a reminder, the first, we need to recover the 4 remaining victims and give closure to these families. The second, we need to clear the channel and open the vessel to traffic for the port. The third, we need to take care of all of our people who have been affected by this crisis. And the fourth, we need to, and we will, rebuild the Key Bridge. And we will make sure that the new bridge honors the spirit of the city of Baltimore. This morning, I received a briefing from Unified Command. And I've spoken with leaders from all across every level in response to this effort all throughout the day. And so first, on our recovery efforts, we need to do more work clearing the channel in order to move forward. Now, I know there's an urgency to move fast, and nobody feels that urgency more than the people standing up here today. But we have to be clear on the risks. This is a steel bridge that is sitting on top of a container ship in the middle of the Patapsco River. We are talking about tons of steel that is mangled and cantilevered. We're talking about water that is so murky and so filled with debris that divers cannot see any more than a foot or 2 in front of them. We're talking about a situation where a portion of the bridge beneath the water has been described by Unified Command as chaotic wreckage. Every time someone goes in the water, they are taking a risk. Every time we move a piece of the structure, the situation could become even more dangerous. We have to move fast, but we cannot be careless. I've been clear with this team that we have got to prioritize safety. And my directive is to complete this mission with no injuries and no casualties. We've already lost 6 Marylanders to this crisis. I refuse to lose any more. One of the mantras in the military is mission first, people always. And that's the mindset that we are going to apply to this work. Now, on clearing the federal channel and reopening the vessel traffic to the port, Unified Command has moved forward with their first crane operation. They cut up and lifted a piece of the north section of the Key Bridge. The entire operation took 10 hours. And in that time, they were able to cut and lift a 200-ton span of the bridge. Now, when we were getting that briefing, Unified Command said something that really struck me, where the Admiral says this was a relatively small lift. We're talking about 200 tons. We're talking about something that is almost the size of the Statue of Liberty. And what the Admiral said is right. It's a small piece of what we're talking about. The scale of this project, to be clear, it is enormous. And even the small lifts are huge. That's how we have to move forward. A temporary channel on the northeast side of the collapse opened earlier today. It will help us to get more vessels in the water around the site of the collapse. The temporary channel will be marked with government lights to aid navigation and will have a controlling depth of 11 feet. Now, we're also moving forward on creating a southwest channel for deeper draft vessels that will allow for a deeper draw. That channel will measure about 15 feet deep, and it will be open in the coming days. Unified Command has scheduled another lift for later today, pending conditions, specifically pending lightning. And they will be lifting an estimated 350-ton piece from the bridge. The work is moving. The mission continues. We are never going to lose sight of the workers who also have been impacted by this collapse, because at least 8,000 workers on the docks have jobs that have been directly affected by this collapse. And earlier today, myself, Lieutenant Governor, County Executive, the Mayor, and others met with the International Longshoremen Association, Local 333. Now, third, on taking care of our people. Last week, the Biden-Harris administration accepted our request to approve a Small Business Administration disaster declaration within hours. And that declaration is now in effect. And once again, I want to thank the Biden-Harris administration for their consistent support and partnership. Because of this declaration, small businesses affected by the disaster can now apply for disaster loan assistance from the federal government. As we mentioned before, these are low-interest loans of up to $2 million. These loans will help small businesses get the cash they need to pay their bills and to keep their people employed. If you need help to apply for disaster loan assistance, we are here to help. If you need help to apply for unemployment insurance, we are here to help. If you need to learn more about resources being offered to workers and businesses right now, we are here to help. And the first location is at 1501 South Clinton Street, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. I'll say that address again, 1501 South Clinton Street, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. Their hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m., and on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that site includes representatives from the Small Business Administration, from the Maryland Department of Labor, from the Maryland Insurance Administration, from Baltimore City, and thank you, Mr. Mayor, and from Anne Arundel County. If you need help, please show up. Walk in, and we'll try to get you the support that you need and merit. We will soon be opening up a second location in Baltimore County. Thank you, County Executive. I've also ordered the formation of the Intergovernmental Economic Response Team. This team will bring together state and local and federal agencies to coordinate our response to the economic and financial crisis resulting from this collapse. And fourth, on rebuilding. We cannot rebuild the bridge until we clear the wreckage. But I'm telling you, we are going to get this done. We will clear the channel. We will move the dolly. We will rebuild the Francis Scott Key Bridge. What we're seeing right now is Marylanders are rallying. Marylanders are taking care of each other. Marylanders, each and every one of you, you are proving what it means to be Maryland tough and Baltimore strong. And today, we're joined by members of the Maryland Transportation Authority Police Dispatch Team because in the middle of the chaos, they stepped up to manage the chaos. They provided a calm voice for the officers in the field who were facing an unthinkable challenge. They conducted their work with professionalism and speed, coordination. And it's not lost to me that this is what they do every single day. We are so grateful to each and every one of you and to all your colleagues. And finally, I want to encourage people to follow the work. You can now visit keybridgeresponse2024.com to receive daily updates on our progress and to keep informed.